of ICT infrastructure and smart devices, and it's one of the world top 3 largest mobile ecosystem. Huawei was founded on the year 1987, and currently we have 194k plus employees. Among that, 50% of employees are working under research and development field. We have presence in 170 plus countries and regions, and we are at the 49th place in Fortune Global 500. And our vision is to bring digital to everyone, every person, home and organization for fully connected intelligent world. Huawei is primarily focusing 3 customer groups and providing different ranges of products and solutions. From last 30 plus years, Huawei is an industry leader in carrier business and supplying network equipment to global operators like Bharati Airtel, Vodafone, Reliance, etc. Huawei only provide network equipment, do not operate the network or will not own customer information, etc. Huawei also has a consumer business unit and launched many flagship smartphones, smartwatches, tablets, speakers, and also released ecosystem softwares like App Gallery and Harmony OS, etc. Huawei provides intelligent cloud computing platform, support both public private clouds. Many customers are from global enterprises, government, and industries. Huawei always come up with a unique strategy to build a seamless AI life. Huawei has announced the all scenario strategy of 1 plus 8 plus N. 1 refers to Huawei smartphone as the center. 8 is Huawei's 8 extended products, including tablets, PCs, speakers, glasses, watches, etc. 1 plus 8 plus N strategy is targeted to address future IoT systems requirements. The last N is where the developers and industries partners like yourself to complete the picture of this ecosystem. So we have, along with this strategy, we have new AI capability, 5G, Harmony OS and all. So along with all these things, we are building the next generation softwares. So the next part is introduction about Harmony OS. So as I said in the introduction, Harmony OS is an innovative distributed operating system, and it's unlikely like no other ecosystem. This Harmony OS is not only for a particular device, which is the main attraction of this Harmony OS. So Harmony OS is having 3 outstanding features. The first one is hardware collaboration and resource sharing. This is something like if you have a smart watch and if you have a smart TV, both those are running on Harmony OS. You can easily collaborate these 2 things, and you can easily share the resources together. I mean, you can share some images from watch to TV or TV to smartphone, like that. The next feature is one-time development for multi-device deployment, which is like if you have one version of the application, you can develop it for multiple devices. Like you can develop it for TV, you can develop it for smartwatch, smartphone, etc. And the last feature is a unified OS for flexible deployment. So this is something like as I said, this OS is not only for a particular device; it is for all the smart devices. So we can use it as a unified OS. Let me show you guys one introduction video so that you guys will get more understanding about the Harmony OS.
Harmony OS is a future-proof distributed and smart operating system open to you as part of the initiatives for the all scenarios strategy. It will be able to run on 1 plus 8 plus N devices in the future. For an end user, Harmony OS adopts a unified software system that delivers consistent, smooth, and secure experience across your smart devices. For a developer, Harmony OS adopts distributed technologies to integrate various smart devices into a super virtual device. Application developers can use this super virtual device to develop applications on different device forms, focusing on upper layer service logic without caring about device differences. Device developers can use the capabilities of multiple smart devices as needed and deliver a smooth experience through this super virtual device. As a whole new future-proof operating system, Harmony OS aims to play a vital role in a fully connected, intelligent world. We look forward to you joining the Harmony OS family and together with us, witnessing what an all-scenario smart ecosystem has to offer.
So I hope you guys got a little understanding about Harmony OS. And as I said earlier, so if you consider any of the other OS, so this is a comparison between Android application and Harmony OS application. So the main difference is like, if you are developing it for multiple devices in Android, so you have to create different projects, and you will be getting a different end product also. So those things you have to upload it to the separate way. When it comes to the Harmony OS application, you will be having only one version of project. Over there, all the application will be there. From there, you can create one output, and that same thing you can upload into App Gallery and you can publish it. So this is what the main attraction of Harmony OS. And along with that, you can also write the application in Java or JavaScript or C++. Any of these three languages, which one is you guys are familiar with, on that language you guys can select it and you can do it. So today's session we will be discussing mainly on Java side. So if you guys are interested, you guys can check for JavaScript and C++. And even moreover to that, we can also debug all these language. So like debugging is something like we can keep a breakpoint and we can check what happens on that particular lines when the application runs on the device. Then now we'll move to the technical architecture side. So when it comes to the architecture, we have 4 layers in the architecture. The first one is kernel layer, and next thing is system service layer. Third one is framework layer, and last one is application layer. So in the kernel layer, it will communicate with the hardware, which is having a kernel subsystem and a driver subsystem. So in this Harmony OS, we will be having a subsystems. So basically what it does is like, as per the device requirement, the particular device, particular subsystem will be added and remaining will be excluded. For example, if your device is a smartphone, this Linux kernel will be act as a kernel, and Light OS will not be there. And if you're using a watch or something, this Light OS will comes up in the picture, and the remaining thing will not be working. And the next layer is system service layer, which will provide the basic capability of the system, like media capability, contact capability, like that. And even as I said in the kernel side, here also we have a subsystems, and inside of that we have other systems also. These things also will be added or removed as per the device requirement. And the third layer is framework layer, which is for the framework development, and which will support for the multi-language coding and all those things. And the last layer is application layer. This is the place where the application resides over. Let me show you guys one more video about Harmony OS architecture.
Harmony OS is designed with a layered architecture, which from bottom to top consists of the kernel layer, system service layer, framework layer, and application layer. System functions are expanded by levels from system to subsystem and further to function and module. In multi-device deployment scenarios, unnecessary subsystems, functions, or modules can be excluded from the system as required. Kernel subsystem. Harmony OS uses a multi-kernel design so that appropriate OS kernels can be selected for devices with different resource limitations. This subsystem provides basic capabilities for upper layers. Driver subsystem. Hardware Driver Foundation HDF lays the foundation for an open Harmony OS hardware ecosystem. It allows unified access from peripheral devices and provides foundation for driver development and management. The system service layer provides a complete set of capabilities essential for Harmony OS, including basic capabilities for all devices and capabilities dedicated to certain devices. This layer contains the basic system capability subsystem set, basic software service subsystem set, enhanced software service subsystem set, and hardware service subsystem set. The basic software service, enhanced software service, and hardware service subsystem sets can be tailored by subsystems, and each subsystem can be tailored by functions, depending on the deployment scenario for a particular device form. The framework layer provides what you need to develop Harmony OS applications: application framework and ability framework, specific to multiple languages like Java, C, C++, and JS, Java and JS UI frameworks, as well as multi-language APIs for hardware and software services. The APIs designed for different Harmony OS devices vary according to component-based tailoring. The application layer allows you to develop applications powered by feature abilities, FAs, or particle abilities, PAs.
So here it is, there is an important thing. So in the application layer, so all these application will be resides over, and every application in Harmony OS is having two parts. One is FA and another one is PA. FA is feature ability and PA is particle ability. So for example, FA is something like whatever you see on an application, and PA is something like the background operation what you cannot see. I mean, it's something like syncing, operation of syncing background data and all those things we can call as PA.
Based on the service logic provided by the framework layer, FAs and PAs are the basic units of Harmony OS applications to implement specific functionalities. An application can contain one or more FAs or PAs. Their difference lies in that an FA has a UI, but a PA does not. For example, in a video call application, the main UI FA provides a UI for user interaction. PA1 collects videos recorded by cameras. PA2 beautifies the collected videos. And PA3 provides Super Night Mode. FAs and PAs can be downloaded, loaded, and run as required. Applications developed based on FAs and PAs achieve smart cross-device distribution of third-party services, delighting users with consistent and efficient experience. Take the video call application as an example again. When you download the application on your smartphone, the FA, PA1, PA2, and PA3 will all be downloaded. When you download the application on a smart TV that does not support beautification or Super Night Mode, only the FA and PA.
This is how an application is distributed into the different devices. So you can see a single application for different devices acts in a different way. So for smartphone, where there will be a multiple background operations like multiple PAs. For smart TV, only a particular PA will be added. So this is how we will be distributing all these applications to our different devices.
One will be downloaded. This is the architecture of Harmony OS.
So now you must be wondering, how can we develop an application on Harmony OS? So to develop it, we should use Huawei Devico Studio, so which is official IDE for Harmony OS application development, and which is based on IntelliJ IDE. So if you guys are used Android Studio for Android application development, you must be feel lots of similarities on this IDE, because both are from IntelliJ IDE. So the main features of Devico IDE is like it's a unified development environment for various devices, as I said earlier, and which supports multiple languages, and which supports a quick development of feature abilities and particle abilities. It supports distributed multi-device app development, and it's having a multi-device previewer and multi-device emulator also. So these are the main features of Devico IDE. So next thing is installation procedure. So to install it, there is a IDE installation link. So you have to go to that link and you have to download a package. So Mr. Tan will be sharing those links on the chat window. So once you get that, you can just go to that website and you can download as per the required, as per your system requirement. The installation procedure is very easy. So once you get the package downloaded, you can extract it, and you can double click the .exe file. From there, you can download the Harmony OS SDK. You have to give the path, and it is around 600 MB of file. And once you are completed it, you will be getting a welcome screen, something like this. So from this welcome screen, you can either create or open a project, and even you can import it from a version tool also. Creating a project, basically, you can just go to this create project. You can just tap create project on the welcome screen. And after that, you will be getting another window. There you will be getting a lots of templates on these 3 different languages, which is supported for Harmony OS. So on that, you can get empty templates and even list template and all sign templates. All these templates are already there. You can just try it once you install it. You can try all these templates and you can see what all the things are there, basics things are there. All those things you can see. And once you select your template, you can select the, you can give the inputs like application name and package name, etc. And after that, you can mention what all the device types which you are going to support it. Once you are done it, you will be getting an application, something like this. So let's do the same thing on my Devico ID, and you guys can see all the procedure. So since I have already opened one application, so I have to go to File and New Project. So over there, I'm selecting empty ability in Java. So other than that, we have plenty of other templates you can see here. So let me select empty ability here. Let me go to the next. I'm just giving my application only. I will select as an application because it's an application. Then device type, I am selecting 3 device type. I am going to select one is phone, tablet, and TV. All these 3 devices I am going to develop this application. After that, I can just press finish. So the application will be loaded. So early on the video side, I just mentioned that we have 2 components in Harmony OS. One is feature ability and another one is particle ability. So a feature ability we can accomplish by using a page ability. So page ability is the one which will show the UI, and a particle ability we can do it by using a data or service ability. So all this ability we need to extend it from the ability, and that characteristics of this ability will be mentioned on the config.json. So in the configuration, we have to mention which ability is meant for. On this is what the project structure is, and you can see all these things. So this my application is something like application class. If you guys are familiar in Android, you must have seen the application class in Android. Similarly, here also we have an application class, which is for the entire life cycle of application. And we have main ability, which is for the UI screens and all. And each screen represents by using a ability slice. This is something like main ability is an activity, and the main ability slice is like a fragment in Android. So it's almost similar to that. So we have other things like resource files and all. We will be discussing that on the next slides. Let me go back to the slides. So you guys must be wondering, how can we run this application? So to run the application, either you need a hardware device, a Harmony hardware device, or you need to launch an emulator. So hardware device you have to connect with USB, and after that you have to enable the developer option. Then the application, sorry, that a hardware device will be shown on the IDE. Then you can easily run the application on that particular device. When it comes to the emulator, you have to go to tools section of the IDE and you have to launch device manager. Over there you will be getting a pop-up. From there you have to tap on sign in. Once you tap on sign in, your default browser will be open. From there you have to log in through your Huawei ID. So this Huawei ID creation is important with Harmony OS development. So after my session, there is another session to create a Huawei ID. So all of you guys needs to create that one to run your application on Harmony OS. So once you complete your login, you can allow, I mean, you will get this pop-up. From there you can mention allow. Then another screen for currently available devices will be shown. From that you have to run your application. Sorry, from that you have to launch your emulator. So once you launch your emulator, you can easily run the application. And the next part is app fundamentals. So like other things, I mean, even Harmony OS also having an app pack. We call it as .app. In Android we call as .apk, right? Similarly, our app package is .app. Instead of .app, we will be having entry .hap files and other modules, I mean other feature .hap files. So these HAP files are like module files, and which will be added or removed as per the device requirements. And we have pack.info to give the information about the package. And instead of each HAP file, we'll be having abilities. Abilities, I have already told, abilities can be feature abilities or particle abilities. These abilities are the backbone of the application. And we have libs for the libraries, and we have resources to add the resources like media, text, and all those things. And at the end we will be having config.json. I just opened the config.json. So config.json is something like it's a main core of the application, so which contains all the information of the abilities and permissions, version name and application name. All this information is loaded on the config.json. So when it comes to the resource file, we have different items on the resource file. So the first thing is element. In the element, we will be having a different elements like you can store boolean data, color data, float, int array, integer, pattern, plural, string array, string, like that. So all these things will be stored in a different JSON file. Over there you can add it. So this element you can mention in a different element. It's something like English element, Chinese element, like that. You can see on the right side in the screenshot, you can see English element and Chinese element. Other than that, we have media to store the images, audios, and videos, and we have animation, to store the animation, layout to load the layouts. I mean, layout is something like screen designs, and we have graphic to add the graphic in the XML format, and last thing is profile to store the profiles. So these are the resource files which we have it on the Harmony OS. So now let's go back to the application which we have created, and let's do some experiments over that. So as I said earlier, we have English element and Chinese element. So let me show you the previewer. So I have to open the UI, then only I can show you the previewer. So this is my ability slice, and this is my UI design. I can just do a control click and I can go back to this UI design. Over there I can load my previewer. It will take little time to compile the things and start it. So as I said earlier, Harmony supports multi-device previewer, so that no you can see whatever the devices which I have mentioned over the creating the application. So all these things you can see over here, and you can see this is written in Chinese. The reason is it is current, I mean default language of this previewer is Chinese, so which was taking a ZH element from here. So if I need to change the language, I can just go to the three buttons more, and I can just change English US here. Then it will automatically convert it to the hello world. For my easiness, I am just changing this Chinese value to hello world only. So that even if I am there in a Chinese language also, it will be showing the same. Okay, I think there is some more thing I need to change it. Anyways, so that way it works. So when it comes to the layout side, which is in an XML format in Java. Basically, we have mainly two main base layouts, which are like directional layout and dependent layout. So directional layout is directional layout is something like we have to mention orientation either vertical or horizontal. So as per that orientation, our items will be aligned. For example, if I have multiple items here, like multiple text field, let me add different IDs. These items will be aligned one by one down. So like this. And if I mention horizontal, everything will be aligned in the horizontal way. So like this, our directional layout will work. Let it load. And another layout is a dependent layout. So the dependent layout is something like each items will be dependent to each other. So as I said earlier, I mean all these items are
Technical problem? Yeah. I think everybody got shut out of the meeting. Tan Mei Chong?
Yeah,
Are you still here? Okay.
yeah, I'm here.
Are the speakers here? Sorry, I think there is I don't know, probably there's a problem with WebEx.
It's okay.
I even changed everybody, most of you guys as
Everyone
co-hosts,
can
but
have a rest.
yeah. So sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Mr. Ashrali, are you in the meeting room?
I think not yet. Let me
Ah.
ping him.
Okay, okay.
And then